I was a real estate agent. I know it's difficult. And a lot of sales trainers, say, oh, this is how you get a signature on a contract. And all the focus is on getting a contract signed. Yeah. And then the sales trainers go, figure out a system to actually deliver on the services you just sold.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they leave you empty-handed and starting from scratch. Very productive agents that have, spent tons of time building systems, I've shown it to, and they've said, oh, I wish I would have seen this when I was building my own system. So the very productive agents that have a team, aren't going to be interested in something like this because they've already invested so much in developing something like this.
Yeah.
The ones that do want it are going to be either brand new agents that don't even know what the heck to do. And, how do I put a lockbox on, right? So brand new agents want it. And then agents that are in the business for a while and are going like, oh, geez, I'm too busy to handle all this, lockbox and yard signs. I need to hire an assistant. But the challenge with hiring an assistant is you have to spend time training them in.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, since all the instructions are right there, they just follow the instructions. If there's an empty thing, you'll get an email saying, get this done, follow the instructions, and it reduces the amount of time that an agent needs to train in an assistant, and it allows them to stay in the field writing contracts, showing houses, doing listing appointments, the stuff that's actually productive.
Yeah.
So that's a big hurdle for a lot of agents that are transitioning from being new to being productive.
Yeah.
Is like, I need somebody to help me, but all the time I spent training takes away from the time that I'm able to actually be productive.
Yeah.
And it doesn't eliminate it completely, but it is a major assistance in that phase of a real estate agent's business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, this is Brad Gustafson, and I'm with Carie Ziese, who's the listing agent on the property that I'm selling. My wife and I are selling on Griggs Street in St. Paul, and we're going to walk through the process of using the TRANS-TRAC system to manage this transaction. So, Carie, if you could, please, the first thing I want you to do is look at the list of contacts, and you'll see there's more people there. They include people that are involved in the transaction. So what we're going to do is take the listing and turn it into under contract status. Okay. So go ahead and click back to the list of transactions and then click on the address 571 Griggs Street and a new tab will pop open.
Okay.
The actual transaction page pops up. Okay. So what I want you to do is scroll down. We want to add people to this transaction. The first thing is we're going to want to add a buyer. Noel and Nicholas are the two buyers, correct?
Yes.
So if I actually had 500 people, I wouldn't scroll through 500 right here. I would type in their name and go NOELL, and it would pop up, and I would add as a buyer.
Yes.
Click add as a buyer, and they show up as a buyer down here. And then the other is Nicholas Goldman. I'm going to add him as a buyer. So now I've got two buyers, but no buyer's agent. And the agent for the buyer, what we might want to do is I'm going to add a contact. First name is
Marcy, M-A-R-C-Y.
R-C-Y. Okay, last name?
W-E-N-G-L-E-R.
Wengler. Okay, and the company she's with is?
Edina Realty.
Edina Realty. Okay, and her email address?
Marcy Wengler at Edina Realty.
EdinaRealty.com. We're going to put her on the Carie and Liz team, and she is a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to create the contact only, and then I'm going to go back to the transaction, which is Griggs Street, and we're going to go ahead and type in M-E-R-C Marcy. There she is, and add her as a buyer's agent.
Perfect.
And then you see that's there. And the other people that are involved in the transaction are going to be Aaron Haas was the inspector.
Mm-hmm. Amber.
Let me just type in AMB. Amber is the escrow officer.
Yep. Okay.
And then her assistant is going to be, I saw her in here, Trinia Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm at her as an escrow assistant, and you'll see all these people showing up here. as a contact.
Okay.
And then the loan officer is
Chris Wright.
oh, okay. Oh, Dan Sealand was an inspector, so we can throw him on. Chris Wright is the loan officer. So you got everybody here.
Gotcha.
And then, so you see all the contacts can then be available at the same place.
Perfect.
And so when I can pull this up on my cell phone and look it up. The next thing is we're going to say, oh, we actually sold this property now that we know the people that are involved in it. And it's a listing, so we won't change that, but the status is going to go to under contract. So when I click under contract, fields come up that we have to fill in. And the sales date was actually last month.
22nd, I think.
So the 22nd. And the close of escrow is going to be the 20th of May, which is a week from today. And so the due diligence period is
This Friday the 15th.
Friday the 15th. Okay. And the list price is $650. The sales price is $650. Great job. Commission 40. Okay. There you go. So then we have all that information. Now that we have the dates, we can go through the tasks. So what tasks do we need? I can load the under contract task list.
Okay.
So by clicking this one button, wait a second, and there they are.
Yeah.
Those are the tasks, and you'll see if you go back to the board, it shows all the tasks up here as well. It changed the listing. It's a listing and it's now under contract. Gives the seller and the buyer names. It's the list and sales price. Well, the list price is at the top, sales price is at the bottom. The listing date, the expiration date, and these tasks have been completed for the listing period. Now we have a sale date of 4/22 and 5/20 closing, and all of these dates that are due are based off of either one of those two dates.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously there's a whole bunch that are red because they're past due.
Okay.
I've actually gone to each of these, like submit the sales file, and you click on that. These are the instructions for your team, but you can edit the instructions on how to submit the sales file because you're going to have different processes. We want to just complete all of these tasks, one after the other, and we can do it really quick. So you just tell me you submitted your sales file to your broker, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yep. Then when I click complete, then I can say it was completed by you.
Yes. Okay.
Right? And I'm going to say that it wasn't completed today, but it was done on the due date, which is 4/25, right?
Okay.
And I say mark complete. And if you notice on here, now it's completed, and it was completed by you on that date.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yep.
And then open escrow was done as well. We'll just say mark complete. I'm going to just say it was done, and then that's done by me because I didn't, assign it to anybody else. And then the HOA, actually there is no HOA on this.
Yeah.
So we would, and these are the instructions, of course, how to do an HOA.
Sure.
If there were one, and the steps that you want to take. But I want to delete this task.
Okay.
So if I delete it, no, keep this task, yes, delete it, because it's not, a task that needs to be done on this property. And so you see it disappears completely from the board. So it's not even there. And then the inspections, we'll say those are complete. It was assigned to me. I complete. And I'm just going to say that it was completed on April 29th and hit yes, mark complete. The appraisal. Now this is not done yet. Let's look at the instructions, and it'll tell us what do we do. Okay, so this is instructions for either the listing or the buyer's agent. Is you contact the lender to schedule the date and time, and we can put the date and time here, so that we know when it is. And that was actually done yesterday, right at
8 a.m.
8 a.m. So we'll just say it was. Now, after verifying the appointment, contact the other agent and confirm you can do that. And then it says listing agent only. Verify the date is okay with the sellers, because the listing agent has to make sure that if there's a seller living in there that you can get into it. And then after scheduling, type the date into the appointment field of the task, which we just did. And then 2 days after the scheduled appointment, which was so that'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, call the lender to verify they have received the appraisal back from the appraiser and find out the amount and condition, if any. Repeat call to lender daily until you get results. So call the clients and notify them of the appraisal results. Click to complete buttons after I've gotten the results and notified our clients. And then document all conversations with dates and times in the notes section of the related transaction, and then additional instructions. So I can actually add a note here and it goes to the transaction. So I'll type in appraiser was there yesterday per appointment.
Mm-hmm.
No results yet. And then I click save note to transaction, and it'll be under the save. So appraiser was there yesterday per appointment, no results yet. And then it says Brad from task appraisal. So that means that I wrote that.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
In the task, and it was done at 9:33 a.m. We've been going to the task from the transaction board, but we can also go there from here. That's the appraisal's not done. We already did that. If I click on escrow instructions, listing or buyer's agent wants the escrow instructions. Now, I think yours might be a little different than mine, and as far as Nevada is concerned, because what happens in Nevada, they issue escrow instructions, send them out to all the interested parties, have them reviewed, and then you go back to them and you say, okay, let's make an appointment, right? So you don't have that in Minnesota, is that?
No, the closer reaches out directly to the seller and buyers and takes care of all of that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is right now, I'll just delete the task.
Okay.
Let's delete this task. And I'm going to go back to this. If I go here and I hit that transaction, and the task isn't there, right? The home warranty, there's not a home warranty on this, right?
There isn't. There's no warranty on this one.
So I'm going to delete the task, right? And then we're going to go back to Griggs St. So that's easy. And then the appraiser seller escrow appointment. So what we've got here is it says, list after escrow and commission instructions are approved, find out what date and time is best to sign. And I put a note in here, there is no need to delay. You can do this weeks ahead of schedule. So you can actually, for the seller, you don't need to wait for loan and documents. You can sign the deed anytime, right? And so we call the escrow company, make an appointment, document the steps. So I'm going to put our appointment is actually for the 18th, 10 a.m. and it's assigned to me. And I'm just going to leave it at that because it's not completed, right? So once the appointment is complete, click the complete button. So I will only click that after we've completed the signing. Its due date, the system automatically set it for 5/4 because you can do it ahead of time, but we're going to change it to the 18th, right? The 18th.
Yeah, I think it's 18th. Yeah.
The 18th. So I'm going to change both of those. So at this point, it'll go here. The seller escrow appointment shows that it's coming up on the 18th, and it's black with a little red behind it to say it's coming soon, right? And we're waiting for the appraisal to be done, the walkthrough. That's the next step, right? Let's say you can schedule the walkthrough as well. I don't know if they have that done, but that's one of the things that maybe you want to complete. Make sure the buyers do it.
Yeah. So, they'll probably, most likely they'll do that the morning of or the night before closing. Yeah.
Let's say it's going to be scheduled for the 18th.
Okay.
The walkthrough, the closing package. So this is all going to happen later. And then the yard sign, I'm going to put this on here and assign it to you. So this is just going to remind you that you need to do the yard sign after it closes down.
And that will send me a reminder to do that, right? That just text me, email. That'll either text or email a reminder to do that, right? That's the way that works.
If I go here and I click this, send a reminder email to Carie 3 days before.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to click on that, and we'll probably set the due date the 21st, which is one day after it closes.
Yeah.
And when you click that one button, it sets the due date for one day after whatever the close date was.
Perfect.
And then you click that button, and it tells you, you'll get an email 2 days before closing to remind you. So if you want to, you're going to be like, I don't want to be reminded. Let's set the due date for the 23rd. and it's going to remind me concurrently with the closing. We'll get the email reminder.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yep. That's
But
perfect.
we're not going to click complete. You know, again, this is, you can change these instructions, but I saved all your instructions as the basics. So when you create the task, as you see, every task has the instructions attached to it right there. So if you got an assistant or somebody out doing things and they go like, okay, I got to complete this task, and they go, well, how do I do it? It's simply they scroll down and can read the instructions and follow them. Any questions that you have about that at all?
I don't think so. I think this is great.
So one of the things I want you to do is go to your profile, and you'll notice down in the bottom left, you don't have these 4 blue buttons, right?
Okay.
And then scroll up, and the bottom left, you have like 1 or 2 blue buttons, not 4.
Yeah, it says save, log me out, and manage.
So the manage subscriptions, it'll take you to Stripe and allow you to cancel the subscription. So
Okay.
if you, in the corner there's going to be like a little gray button that's kind of hidden in the bottom left corner. And if you hover over it, there's 3 letters.
Okay.
ARP.
Okay.
Which is Activate Referral Program. And if you click on that, what do?
Get started with Stripe.
Okay, so stop right there.
Okay.
What it did, it took you to Stripe, and that's where you would actually activate your referral program. It would allow you to make referrals and then get paid from Stripe from anybody you refer.
Okay.
And when you click the referral program, it gives you a list of the people that you've referred, and you know what status they are and how many people they referred, because you'll get $4 a month from the person that you referred and $2 from anybody that they referred.
Okay.
This is your Stripe seller dashboard, right? Oh, here's your referral link right here. When you do that, you'll get a link, and if I click on that, it'll come up and it'll say create a new account referred by Brad Gustafson. It would say Carie Ziese.
Okay.
And that would be, then with that link, you can, you know, just put it on the bottom of your emails or anywhere you want. If I put this on YouTube, I'll put in the comments in the bottom a link to your sign up, and anybody that signs up, you'd get referrals from that. So,
Okay. Just to make sure I'm understanding, when they sign up for the TRANS-TRAC, that is $4 a month from them. I mean, if 30 people signed up, it is
30 times 4 is $120 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
And if they signed up 30, then it would be another $60 a month.
Okay.
So 120 plus $600, $180 a month. So